Hi, I'm Bridget, Systems and Self-Care Witch, and today we're talking about systems. What are they? Who needs them? Maybe you're already using systems, but you don't even know it. I'm going to talk about how to start making it conscious and give you a simple 7-step framework so that you're able to harness your magical powers and energy in the direction of your desires instead of feeling all chaotic and spread out. So let's get into it. Let's go make some magic. First off, what are systems? Who needs them? According to Google Dictionary, a system is a set of principles or procedures according to which something's done, an organized framework or method. I believe that everyone needs and uses systems. We all operate in this society within systems, whether you're neurotypical or neurodivergent. Society is mainly set up to cater to neurotypical folks. So us neurodivergent people have had to more than likely get creative and create unique systems for the unique ways that our brains work and enable us to get things done. So while a neurotypical person might not have to put much thought or stock into the systems that help them get things done, it's really important for us because those typical ways of getting things done or showing up in the world might not work for us. We might not be able to show up and do simple tasks because our brains literally aren't wired to work that way, which means it's going to take far more energy for us to try to adhere to those typical systems. So by harnessing systems in our favor, we're able to lessen the amount of energy we expend and even turn tasks into generative ones so that we're able to gain energy from them. We can make systems and processes that work for us and not against us. So we have more energy to show up and do what we actually want to and what we like in life. All right, so what did my path to systems look like? How did I know that I needed systems? Well, at first, I really didn't. I didn't want the structure, and I actively wanted to rebel against typical tradition, and I wanted to feel free to do whatever I wanted to do whenever I wanted to do it. But when given all of that open space, I realized that I wasn't getting anything that was really meaningful done. I didn't feel like I was making headway on goals or getting where I wanted to in life. I was just kind of feeling more frustrated, lost, confused, disorganized. The possibilities of what to do seemed absolutely endless, and I couldn't choose. I couldn't pick something and get started because I was way too overwhelmed. So it wasn't until being within specific containers that I realized that I thrive within containers or within like having parameters, aka a structure or a system. So I started to analyze when I was able to get things done and when I wasn't, and take stock of those conditions that made that possible. What really kicked things off for me was I went to a class from Creative Mornings by Christine Garvey of A Mighty Practice, and she talked about needing parameters, or what she called enabling constraints, in order to create. I would absolutely highly recommend that you check out her website and her work. The class that I went to was called How to Generate Ideas, and I want to read you the description because it really helped me out. I mean, the whole workshop did. But so the idea of the workshop was it'll discuss how to generate new ideas in your creative work through setting enabling constraints. Enabling constraints are conditions that allow us to play with a sense of focus and protection. They prevent creative overwhelm and help us establish intention in the discovery process. Enabling constraints are conditions that limit your choices, and in doing so, empower you to make confident decisions. That class really helped to start solidifying it for me that I really truly need containers and parameters to work within and thrive. And started to realize that systems provide that structure that I need. Okay, I thought I would illustrate this with an example of how it started in my head and how it kind of morphed. So what I originally wanted was the ability and freedom to decide my daily schedule and to do whatever feels best for me during the day. And I mean, to be honest, that's just what I want in life in general. That's definitely what I want. That's what I'm going for. But at the start, what I thought that it looked like was a daily view of my calendar with absolutely nothing on it. I would wake up and tune into myself, decide what feels good to work on that day, and then go ahead and work on it to completion with absolute 100% success. At the end of the day, I'd feel proud and fulfilled. What this actually looked like in practice when I tried to do that, well, I wake up in the morning, I feel miserable, I'm anxious, I'm tired, I'm confused between my anxiety and intuition. My brain is usually firing off the 1.7 million things that I would love to do with my life, and I feel really scrambly, and everything on that list of what I want to do feels really urgent. So it might look like I would get started on a task for my business that felt exciting, but then one accidental click on a Chrome tab that I had open since last week sends me down a rabbit hole investigating the best hair wash at an affordable price. Before I know it, I've done this same sequence approximately 29 times during the day. I'm exhausted. I don't feel like I got anywhere because I only just started nipping away at 29 different tasks. So what I actually need to set up some constraints up front and then do ongoing experimentation and data collection. I need to play around and practice living my life and working in different conditions and coming up with a structure formula that I'm able to thrive in, and then show up to utilize the system. So it's really just about getting curious and trying things. What that process looks like for me now that I've done all of this is that I have found that I know that I need to do my morning routine. So this enables me to clear my head and get grounded to start my day. My non-negotiable morning routine is that I have a cycle syncing smoothie, I do journaling, meditation, I get ready, eat breakfast, make my spelled tea, and then I'm on to my work day. I do best when I eat at the same time each day. So I know I'll always have lunch around noon, dinner around 5:30, snack breaks in between, and I know that I'll be working in between those meal times. At this point, I've also figured out which days of the week I feel more energetic, more creative, or more tired. So I schedule specific tasks for certain days of the week. By doing this work up front and the ongoing experimentation and trying things, that has enabled me to really show up in my weeks and my days and to be able to do what feels best to me in those days like I wanted to at the start. But I realized that I need all of this structure to enable me the freedom to feel that way in my day. What's helpful is this concept of front loading, or really just doing some work up front to help set yourself up for success. So I have specific processes that I follow, which are kind of like systems within my systems, and they help me set myself up for success. So since I have found out that I'm not able to show up each day and decide what to do on that specific day, I know I need to do my weekly planning process at the start of the week. This is where I decide what I'm going to work on this week, and you can check out a full video on how I do my weekly planning. I also have quarterly and yearly reviews and goal setting sessions where I plan out larger picture goals and projects. So by having these larger goals, that enables me to choose relevant tasks during my weekly planning. By doing the goal setting and planning work upfront, I'm more easily able to determine what I need to work on and when, so that when I show up to work on any given day, I don't have to guess, panic, feel confused, or easily sidetracked and off focus by other really shiny things. I don't get derailed by my own brain because I've already set myself up for success. This does take dedication to doing some work up front and being willing to get curious, explore, and experiment. And I promise it's all worth it. I know that when I do the work up front, I'm able to show up in the moment as my best self, and I feel like I have much more fulfilling days and weeks. All right, here we go. Where to start when building a system. Here is my simple 7-step framework that you can do. I have an example that I'll go through as we go through the steps, just so you can get a better idea of what it might look like in process too. So the first step, we're just going to start small. Choose one area to look at, one area to focus on that might feel like there's some friction or some stress in your life around it. So for example, maybe you are always stressed about laundry. Number 2, we're gonna notice where you already are right here in the present moment. Consider ways in which you might already have a system for this, or the beginnings of a system already present. Just check into what's your current process for getting that thing done right now as it is, and let's document it. These steps are also really great for using as journal prompts. So you can journal them out in whatever way you like to journal best, and this can help you kind of shake things loose and see what's going on. So for our laundry example, maybe your current process is that when I run out of clean underwear, I wash the clothes. Number 3, we're going to consider the ways in which these systems are not working out for you or could be working better. What about this current process makes it feel tense or stressful? In our example, maybe that it is, I'm always running out of clean underwear, which makes me feel overwhelmed because then the laundry feels like it's a really urgent thing that I have to get done right away. Number 4, we are going to envision where you're going. What are your goals? How would you like this system or process to feel in the future? Our example, I would like to know that I always have enough clean clothes and to be free of the anxiety of running out of clean underwear. Number 5, what small action steps can you put in place to start moving towards these goals? Example, start scheduling laundry on a specific day of the week, or commit to putting the clothes in the wash as soon as the hamper is full enough for a load. These action steps are going to be your new system. Number 6 is all about experimenting. So now you've got your new system. We're going to experiment with it and see how it goes. This is the part where we are collecting data. We are just testing it out and finding out what happens. And number 7, we're going to use all of that data to move forward and refine the process or refine the system. So maybe you experiment with doing your laundry on a specific day of the week, like Monday. You try that out for a few weeks and you find out that is really not working for you. Mondays, you've got a whole bunch of other things that are going on, and then you're still running out of clean clothes. So just take that data and then refine it for the next step. Maybe you try a different day of the week, or maybe you try that other example of putting the clothes in the wash as soon as the hamper's full. So just keep reiterating and refining, and that's how you're going to build a system that really works for you. So a note on the refinement process. Sometimes that is going to feel easy for you to iterate on the system until you get it just right. It'll feel like, Eureka, I'll try this next, and great. But sometimes it might feel like you're stuck and you don't know where to go. And this is where friends and communities and therapists are really helpful. You can crowdsource Ask your friends what they would do in your situation, or even just ask them what their process is for something similar to that. And they can give you feedback, or their own process might spark inspiration for you in other ways that you hadn't thought of. We are truly not meant to do this life alone. We need each other. Neurodivergent folks are so fucking brilliant and creative in so many ways, and let's celebrate that together and build these systems together in community. Systems really are for everybody, and they can be used to supercharge your life, especially if you're neurodivergent, and figuring out all of the beautiful non-typical ways that you are able to show up in this world. Just takes a little curiosity, awareness, and experimenting, and you're on your way to living the life that you want with more ease. I would love to hear if you check out this 7-step framework and how it goes for you. If you have other ways that you like to think about building systems for yourself, I would love to hear about them. And if you'd like some support in building custom systems to help you get shit done, check out my website, bridgetmarieenergydesign.com, for my one-on-one offerings and Notion templates. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next one.